man, you should've never doubted me. The pain and the struggle followed me. My daddy never been that bothered me. And these cold streets made a man of me.
Extra attention.
I mean, I don't met with Houston a lot, and the Eagles, the Raiders. It's just a lot of teams coming right now. So
growing up in Batesville at the.
What's going on, everybody? It's your host with the most, Philly Jim, coming at you with another video, and welcome to another episode of The Draft Room. And today we are going to take a dive into the biggest home run threat in college football. He goes by the name of Darrell Henderson, and he is an absolute threat every time he touches the football. So if there's one thing we do know, it's that the Philadelphia Eagles offense was lacking in explosive playmaking in 2018. Well, a guy like Darrell Henderson can get this offense back where it needs to be. You've already seen Howie Roseman make moves to bring in more explosive playmakers, bringing Deshaun Jackson back to Philadelphia. Darrell Henderson can be an absolute game changer. Every time this man has the ball in his hands, he is a threat to make a big play, or he's a big threat to score a touchdown from anywhere on the field. You line him up anywhere on the field, you throw him the ball, you hand the ball off to him, you throw him the ball out of the backfield, you find a way to get him the football, and if the ball is in his hands, he is a threat to score. He had 43 carries last season of 15 yards or more, on top of 11 touchdowns of at least 54 yards. Those numbers are unbelievable. And at just 5'9", 209 pounds, this guy plays big for his size. He makes big plays for a small guy. Don't let his size fool you. He is an explosive playmaker. He is a beast. He is a monster. He's an absolute freak. And he would do so much damage behind this offensive line and behind a play caller like Doug Peterson, finding all sorts of ways to use him. I really think he is being overlooked in this draft by guys like Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, David Montgomery, the list goes on, Benny Snell. But Darrell Henderson could end up being a great pick for some team, and I hope the Eagles are the team that picks him up. There are a lot of reports that the Eagles really like this guy, and even that people were interviewing Henderson, as you saw the clip at the beginning of this video, and he says the Eagles are one of the teams that has been talking to him the most, and I would not be surprised if we heard that he was coming to visit the team sometime in the coming weeks as we are getting close to the NFL draft. So he really emerged as a pass catcher. As I mentioned, he had about 295 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns to go with his 1,900 yards rushing, and also averaged close to 9 yards a carry, 8.9 yards a carry. So this guy was all over the field making explosive plays, scoring all kinds of ways. He is a phenomenal player. And it's not just his explosiveness that impresses me. What really impresses me, for a guy his size, he can really finish off a run. He's not all razzle-dazzle and shake and bake and all of that crap. He is a legit running back, and he can punish you. He can hit you in the mouth on the way down, and he can really finish off a run. He can lower his shoulder. He can do what he has to do to let you know what's going on. He can give you that physicality that you see from other running backs that are bigger. He can punish you, and I really like that about him. That is something that I don't think a lot of people give him the credit he deserves for, but he is really an all-around really good player. I think one of his weaknesses is, as I've mentioned several times already, his size. He's probably not going to be the best in pass protection, so he might he may be a liability on third down, but I don't think it's that big a deal considering everything else he brings to the table. So here are my top 3 favorite plays from his past season. This past season he played at Memphis, and this guy just blows my mind, the things he can do on the field.
Darrell Henderson, who can fly. Through a couple of midshipmen, shrugs a tackle. Big block! Henderson can run, and he'll take it all the way.
Henderson. When this guy's the change of pace, duck and cover. Henderson, the tailback, about 90 yards shy of the school record for rushing in a game. And there he goes. He spun out of a tackle and ends up in the...
There you have it. This guy is an absolute beast. He's an absolute stud. He's an absolute monster. He's an absolute freak. He is a home run hitter. He is the biggest home run threat in college football. If the Philadelphia Eagles can get their hands on him in this year's draft, I really like our offense's chances to be one of the best offenses in the league. This guy can put us over the top offensively. I really believe that. And I hope the Eagles can get their hands on him. I love him. I love Miles Sanders, and I love Jacobs. If we get any of those 3 guys, I think those guys can put this offense over the top. But I can't say enough about how much I love Darrell Henderson. So let me know what you guys think about Darrell Henderson here in the comments section below. Should the Eagles take a look at Darrell Henderson? Should they pass? What do you think about Darrell Henderson? And please let me know if there's any other players that I haven't gotten to quite yet. And let me know if you would like for me to do an episode of the Draft Room on that player, and I will look into it, and I will have that out pretty soon. So with that being said, go Birds. Billy Jim is all over the NFL Draft.